What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live on YouTube and Rumble. And boys, it is a Chicago Bears victory Sunday. And I got to be real. We've watched this play out a couple times this season. 7 fourth quarter comebacks, 7 times trailing with 2 minutes left in the game, and the Bears get it done. We've seen this over and over and over again. Caleb Iceman Williams bringing them back to a major victory, but I got to be real. I was not feeling it. Down 21-3 in this game, down 18, thinking, man, the Packers again, the fucking Packers. Just like that NFC Championship game, just like how they ripped our hearts out in the final game of the regular season in 2013, 2014 with Randall Cobb, whatever the fuck that was. Another fucking soul-crushing defeat to the Packers. But I didn't tweet that out or anything. Why would I? Why would I want to end up on, freezing cold takes exposed? Just internally, I'm going through some shit. And then the second half came. And the Bears came storming back. The defense came alive. The Packers choked. The Bears get the fucking victory in one of the most improbable comebacks we've ever seen in history. And the Chicago fucking Bears, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, are still alive. That on top of an awesome game that we saw earlier in the day with the Rams and Panthers. The Rams having to come back and win that fucking game. That on top of college football playoff semifinals games, one which was fairly lopsided, the other which was a great game. But boys, we got a lot of football going on this weekend. A lot of football. Beardo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Dude, that 4th and 8 was like, after they converted that 4th and 8, and I know you were shitting your fucking pants on that 4th and 3, and that ball went right over Caleb's head, but the center false started. But that play to a Dunze on that 4th and 8, bro. Like, you could have ended the game right there because the Bears were just destined to win it.
It felt like it's a team of destiny. You know what I mean? At least destined to beat the Packers over and over again. How about that?
Maybe. How about that? I got a question for you. Who would you rather play next round? It would either be the Eagles or the Rams, right?
It's so interesting. Look, we beat the Eagles. I'm not nearly as scared of the Eagles offense as I am of the Rams offense. I guess technically I'd rather play the Eagles, I suppose. But what I will say is the idea of getting Matthew Stafford up there in Soldier Field for another game, just like we saw yesterday, really cold, blustery, shit like that. I wouldn't I'm not going to be like, oh, God, please, let's not play the Rams. It is what it is, man. And I do think we can beat anybody when we play right. The question is, when are we going to start playing right in the first half?
In the first half, yeah, you're a second half team. Also, Alex Bregman, how do you feel about that?
Dude, that was crazy. That happened in the middle of the
unexpected
game. We get word that Alex Bregman is coming to Chicago. On like
5
a
years,
$5-year, $175 million deal, no trade clause, all that shit. So Alex Bregman is now a Cub.
Yeah.
That was wild as well. But yeah, that definitely went under the radar because it was announced during the Bears game.
Right.
So it's like most Chicago sports fans aren't paying the fucking attention to that. Will, how are you feeling, man?
Well, I've been battling the flu all weekend, and I started feeling better yesterday. Then I watched that first half of the Bears game, and it started coming back. But they got it done. They got the win, kept my futures tickets alive. I know we're about to talk a bunch of Bears here for a minute, so I'll ask you this, Ryan. Why don't the Bears have a good 4th and 1 play? Like, why? They have the second best offensive line in the playoffs of the playoff teams. Why don't they? I mean, yeah, maybe some teams don't want to do a tush push and risk their QB's health. I mean, Caleb Williams is a pretty big guy, young guy, should be able to do it. But at minimum, you think they'd just be able to run the ball down someone's throat with that offensive line. Instead, they try to get cute with trick plays. I feel like that's going to bite them in the ass at some point.
It has already bit him in the ass. Like, it's just, it is kind of, it feels like over and over again we talk about this. I'm not going to sit there and complain about Ben Johnson because Ben Johnson is the reason this entire culture is turned around, his frame of mind, his mentorship, all of this stuff. However, it doesn't mean there's not room for improvement. And it's extraordinarily frustrating to see, Caleb's second interception in the game. That's the play you're talking about. They're down like the 10-yard line or something. It's 4th and 1. And instead of just run it with Monungai up the middle, get your fucking 1 yard, you decide to, hey, let's do something crazy. Cole Kmet kind of fucking stumbles and gets caught up in the mess. DJ Moore fucking falls down and slips on the field, and you got pressure in your fucking face. And at that point, what do? You back up for as long as you can, then try to throw a ball and give your guy some sort of chance. It gets picked off. Like, not really bothered by the interception because it's 4th down. I'm bothered by the play call. It's just so fucking annoying. But there's a lot of things to be annoyed. Luther Burden not running the right route results in another Caleb Williams interception early on in that game, which
was dumb by the Packers. That was dumb.
Yeah, they shouldn't have caught the ball. But in the moment you see a ball coming your way, you're trying to secure it. That if Luther Burden runs the fucking post because of the momentum of that Packers safety, he probably scores on that play.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, he's fucking confused. Ball gets picked. It was, dude, the first half of this game pissed me the fuck off. Like, no doubt about it.
Ugly.
I was feeling it. I was going through it. But there's always the second half. And the cardiac Chicago Bears, once again, the winners of the NFC North. This is now the 3rd time in 4 meetings between the Green Bay Packers in like the last calendar year, almost. Because they beat them in the last week of the season last year. They split with them this year. Now you beat them in the playoffs. Caleb Williams, I believe, has beat the Packers more times than Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky, and Jay Cutler combined at this point in his career.
Holy fuck.
And that fucking matters, okay? Bears-Packers is the oldest rivalry in fucking NFL. It is the most important rivalry in the NFL. And maybe it hasn't been as relevant over the past couple decades because the Packers have just been so fucking good. But
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, this game fucking matters. Everybody cares about it. And the amount of Packers fans that are in their fucking feelings today, that are fucking bitching and crying and having to delete tweets, their tweets get put on fucking freezing bad or freezing cold takes, whatever. Dude, it's been amazing to see. And bro, it came right down to the wire again. Bears needed a 25-point fourth quarter to get this win. I think I saw some number that the Bears are 3-3 this season while trailing in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go. The rest of the NFL is like
10 points.
Trailing by 10 points. Yeah, sorry. Trailing by 10 points in the fourth with 5 minutes to go. The rest of the NFL is like 3-150.
Yeah.
How many fourth quarter comebacks does Caleb Williams have this year, including last night?
Including last night, it'd be 7.
7? Dude, that's just fucking incredible, man. The dude he's clutch, man, in the second half. But that's where the clutch factor needs to kick in.
It is a strange phenomenon where I don't know what changes. I don't know what happens. Look, the Bears cannot run the ball tonight.
It's good coaching. It's good coaching is what it is.
It is good coaching, and there's some element to that, but it's weird because it's not like I don't think Caleb Williams plays all that different in the fucking second half. I do think once they're just kind of in the go and they're not trying to mix it up so much, they're not trying to mix up the run, it just kind of allows them to get in a better rhythm or something. But the run game sucked. The run game sucked last night. And you mentioned this offensive line. I think the offensive line has been a little bit overhyped. I think we have ran the ball really impressively against some teams this year, but it's been inconsistent. And I think when you hear the second best pass protection, I'm going to be real. A lot of that is based off Caleb Williams' ability to get out of sacks. Because even in this game, you see there are moments where he is under pressure, where they do just let random runners through and they shouldn't fucking do it. And there's people in his face. But bro, this was the play right here that Beardo was talking about.
Yep.
They had been down, trying to come back. Defense is getting some stops at their own fucking 43-yard line, 4th and 8.
And they just took a false start penalty on the center where the ball went over Caleb's head. So it was 4th and 3. Now it's 4th and 8. This is pretty much kind of the ball game right here.
Yeah, it would have been really tough if you gave up another score, after turning this over. You're running out of time here, and this is what we see.
Have to get to the Green Bay 49.
So he escapes there, and I'm thinking, oh shit, what the fuck is going on?
Williams chased, throws, and it's caught at the 30-yard line.
Takes
Rome
a lick.
Odunze gets that ball. And when you see this angle, this is why people are making such a big deal of this fucking play.
Second down.
Let's go back to that previous play on fourth down. Odunze, by the way, came all the way from the.
Just a nasty fucking throw, bro.
And that's what Caleb Williams excels at. Like, when it comes time to make these unbelievable, impossible throws and plays, Caleb Williams seems to do it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, just the ability to like launch from any platform, moving the way he was. And look, Rome did not have a very good game. I feel like Rome looked really rusty. And like the timing was off on a couple things. You saw that throughout the game. And, he's been out for, 6 weeks with that, broken foot, whatever it was. But he played his ass off still. He was fucking blocking his ass off. He's diving in to get that fumble that we thought was a fumble. I love Rome. But, dude, after the fucking game, wearing cheese graters, grating cheese on the NFL fucking live post or on the NFL postgame show on Amazon. Bro, Packers fans, get ready for the rivalry to mean something again, as you hate this motherfucker. You despise this motherfucker with every fiber of your being, and I love it because I fucking hate you too. Bro, do you see this tweet? Lil Wayne, who was rooting for the Packers.
Yes.
We just lost a playoff game to a N-word with purple nails. We fucking suck. Bare ass. Bare ass. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Straight like that. Caleb Williams retweets that shit. Iceman. Iceman, baby. I fucking love it. You know what else I love? This energy from my head coach. I'm tired of the Lovey Smith, that we just always say and do the right thing. And Matt Eberflus, just an absolute bowl of fucking oatmeal as a personality. This is what I'm fucking here for. Fuck the Packers. Fuck them. I hate them. That's what the fucking head coach of the Chicago Bears should feel about the Green Bay Packers. Okay? Like that's what it should be.
That handshake at the end of the game proved it. Those guys do not fucking like each other. LaFleur and Johnson, they can't fucking stand each other.
Well, look, remember Ben Johnson, his introductory press conference, said, why'd you come to the Chicago Bears, in division, stuff like that? And he's like, well, I got to be honest, I really enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And they lost one of those regular season games, but we actually did beat Matt LaFleur twice this year. And now you got Packer fans calling for his head.
He might not be there next year.
Yeah, LaFleur might not even be there next year. Going to blow the whole thing up.
What do you guys think of, though? That was as a fan, right? I'm watching this entire. By the way, Colson Loveland, a beast. And like Colson Loveland, top 5 tight end in the league right now.
Is he your rookie? He's not your rookie tight end, is he?
Yes.
That's your rookie tight end? Okay.
He's the one that everyone was getting flack because they drafted him over Tyler Warren for the Colts.
Right.
And Colson Loveland's ceiling is so much higher than Tyler Warren's, and he's a fantastic fucking blocker. Love the dude. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, as far as the game, like when it came down to crunch time in the fourth quarter, a lot of mistakes from Matt LaFleur, like burning that timeout, their second timeout right before the 2-minute warning. That was dumb. Penalties on offense, delay of games. How many delay of games did they have on their last drive? I think 2 on that last drive when they were trying to march down the field. And then burning their last timeout. And then the next play, they have a lineman go down. No timeouts left. So now you have a 10-second runoff. Now you only have 7 seconds left to run one more play. You could have ran 2 more plays, but the Bears.
I'll be real. I think that penalty helped them because of they were going to have to run about 25 or 30 yards down the field to where that was. And I honestly think that more time would have ticked off if they hadn't got that. But yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, penalties on the offense on that last drive. And then, like I said, LaFleur using those 2 timeouts in, I think, dumb situations, especially that one right before the 2-minute warning. You would have liked to have that on your last drive.
Yeah, or like on that last drive where they had the delay of game after a timeout. Like, I know it didn't really,
Yeah.
it was 5 yards, but still, it's just little things like that all game long. I kept thinking, like, man, this Packers team is not buttoned up. They're not disciplined. It doesn't seem like they're being coached right. I mean, yeah, they went up 21-3, but they were making dumb mistakes like we were talking about with that interception. Yeah, I get it. You're a player. Ball's being thrown your way. You just react. But
Yeah, that's just
like,
instinct.
do you see like a Belichick team doing that? No. Like there's certain teams that are coached up that know the situation. I felt like the whole game the Packers were just sloppy, and that's what allowed the Bears to come back. I missed that 4th and 8 that you guys showed because after the Packers scored their last touchdown, we were getting the kids to bed and whatnot, and I came downstairs after getting them to bed, and I saw it was 27-24, and I go, holy shit, the Bears are going to find a way to win this, aren't they? And then I watched the rest of the game from there, and sure as shit, they did.
And look,
I was nervous, though, that they scored too fast.
They did. I expected them to kind of run the ball a little bit. The run game got stuffed by the Packers, and I don't know why, because the Packers are not good at stopping the run necessarily. This team hasn't been great at stopping the run. But the Bears have struggled the last 2 games to run the ball against them. They just have. And they fucking find a way to get it done.
They should have went to Monungai more. He was the better, like, in between the tackles runner.
For games like this, I do think that's the case. Now, Swift made some great plays in the game and has made some great plays and is played in big games and stuff. So I get it. And Swift played fine. I will say that you can't win games like this without the other team helping you out. And Brandon McManus, dude, 2 missed field goals and a missed extra point. It's tough kicking in Soldier Field this time of the year. It just is. Cairo Santos has got it figured out. He might not be able to hit anything further than 53 yards, but he's got Soldier Field figured out, and that is a huge, huge plus in a place that's tough to play. And by the way, I have never in my fucking life heard Soldier Field the way I heard it last night. Loudest I've ever heard it. As Bears fans, I, in my lifetime, have never felt like this when it comes to a team. Now, certainly 2006, we went on the run to the Super Bowl. That's a different team. That's a team that was completely defensively dominant.
Carried you. Yep.
Right. The defense is carrying us. The idea of coming back from, yeah, sure, we had the Arizona Cardinals game when Devin Hester returns those 2 kicks, well, whatever. The idea of consistently being down double digits in the 4th quarter and being able to feel comfortable that you still have a chance, that's not what we're talking about. Caleb Williams has a lot of room to grow and get better. Ben Johnson has a lot of room to grow and get better as a coach, as a play caller, like all these things. The best is yet to come. This is just the beginning. And I feel confident in saying that Caleb Williams is the best quarterback who has ever played for the Chicago Bears. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here, man.
Mm-hmm.
And now
it goes to San Francisco.
Well, I hope it goes to San Francisco too. But right now, just genuinely, if they had lost that game to the Packers, it would have been hard to feel good about the season, even though with perspective, where this team was with their projected win totals, no one expected them to win the fucking North. No one expected them to win the North this year. Green Bay Packers are the ones that had Super Bowl aspirations. Okay. They're the ones that were supposed to win the Super Bowl this year. They were everybody's fucking pick. And
was it this year or last year when all these fucking media experts were saying Jordan Love was the MVP candidate before the season even started? Was that this year or last year?
It might have been this year. And look, Jordan Love played well. The Bears defense was Swiss cheese in that first half.
Dude, he choked. He choked when it mattered.
Well, it does matter when you play well.
You could see it in his body language. In those last 2 drives for the Packers, you could see it in his body language. He was nervous. He wasn't put together. He wasn't doing his progressions properly. But to be fair, the Bears are putting a lot of fucking pressure on him, which seems to be the cheat code to stopping Jordan Love.
Yeah, and it's a cheat code to almost every quarterback. You know what I mean?
Almost,
you can get him on their spot.
Some people
not
excel.
Caleb Williams.
Some quarterbacks excel in it.
Yeah, not Caleb Williams, but a lot. Mm-hmm. So we'll see where the season goes, man. I feel great.
You're right. It's going to be a good year no matter what. Because, honestly, just getting this win and the season you had, even if you lose next week to either the Rams or Eagles, that's a respectable opponent. You know what I mean? And the Rams are the Super Bowl favorite. I mean, to lose, it would suck, obviously, but you could still look back and say this was a good season to build on. But I like your guys' odds next week too, no matter who you play. Especially with how this is gonna sound crazy. I think you guys would rather play the Rams. I think you're right because something seems off with that team right now.
It does, and again, Matt Stafford in the fucking cold outside. You know what I mean? I'm okay. Did they play in Philly last year in the snow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. They played.
But they almost
Philly
won that
last
game,
year.
I think.
Yeah, dude, that comeback
It was close.
amazing.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm feeling good about it. How could I not? Alex Zero Cave, angry as fuck because Packers. Jags better not fuck it up.
20 minutes, by the way, Will.
Yeah. It was
good. Is that were the bets? How long would we talk about the Bears?
Over under was around like 23 minutes.
Yeah. Well, lots to talk about. Taker for $5. The universe wants Ryan to be happy, apparently. Something or someone from deep in the void of space willed the Bears to victory. Well, like if everything else in my life is going to shit, I need to at least have something. And that something right now is the Chicago fucking Bears. So B Chain, Brandon McManus definitely lives up to the anus part of his name. Did his best Charlie Brown attempts to kick a football impression. Hilarious.
Dude, I'm surprised because McManus has had some pretty good, solid years in the NFL, like with Denver when he was kicking it mile high, won a Super Bowl with them. Like, dude's had a pretty solid career, but man, he is falling off.
I was surprised that he only had like
shocked.
13 or 14 playoff field goals attempts ever. Like when they threw up his playoff stats, I'm like, God, this guy's been around forever, but he hasn't kicked playoff field goals, I guess.
Well, when he was playing with Denver, you know, they didn't kick very many field goals because they were too busy scoring touchdowns. Right, Ryan?
Yeah, especially that run with old Brock Osweiler when Brock Osweiler was, playing better than Peyton that year.
No, Brock didn't play in the playoffs.
I know. They should have. It would have won fucking easy if he would. Wouldn't even been a problem that Carolina game.
You wouldn't have got the
Carolina game? You mean the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Wouldn't even been a problem. Peyton Manning played like dog shit. Peyton Manning
he didn't. He did not play like dog shit.
Pull up Peyton Manning's Super Bowl fucking numbers.
He did not have a touchdown pass, but he had a 2-point conversion. He had a 2-point conversion.
Give me a stat line, please.
It's because no Sean Moreno and CJ Anderson just, they handle business and Denver's defense.
Yes. So thank you for telling me that he didn't deserve to win that Super Bowl. I appreciate
it. Off the top of my head,
Peyton, 147 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick or something.
Super Bowl 50. I believe he had a pick and a 2-point conversion.
The fact you haven't included 2-point conversion in there, but it's like 143 yards,
counts.
No touchdowns, a pick.
13 for 23, 141 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So very. I was pretty fucking close.
That 1-2 punch with CJ Anderson and no Sean Moreno. I think Ronnie Hillman was on that team too. Is Ronnie Hillman dead? I think Ronnie Hillman died. Hold on. I don't want to be wrong about this. He did die. Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, Ronnie Hillman passed away in 2022.
Damn. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
B Chain for $2 missed the days of Mason Crosby. He was reliable. Like Chicago.
Mason Crosby was a stud.
Like just being real, kicking in Chicago is not easy. The way the wind fucking comes through that weird shaped fucking stadium right off the lake there, it's not easy. Cairo Santos has mastered it, which is huge. So not easy thing to do, but yeah, get fucked, Packers.
I was shocked how many people were getting on McManus for missing that like 55-yarder. I'm like, yeah, we're so used to kickers making 55-yarders now, but it's still not easy, especially in that stadium in a playoff game.
Well, you're a pro and it's a playoff game. You should be fucking making those kicks.
Still not.
But Ben Johnson iced him. Ben Johnson iced Brandon McManus before halftime, right, with that kick. And I honestly think it was a big deal because I think him missing that kick, he never made another one the rest of the night.
True.
Right? He missed that one at the end of the half. I don't remember if they scored the touchdown before or after he missed that field goal, but he missed the extra point on the touchdown, and then he missed the 44-yard attempt. So it was a big deal. Dave in MVP for $10. God, I hate the Bears, but I came here to watch Ryan gloat. That's fucking right. Thank you. Net Stealer. Oh no, the dreaded 44-yard field goal. Yeah, those have been tough, apparently. Little Orphan Funkhauser. Ryan's so happy. Must be the Alex Bregman signing. Little Orphan Funkhauser for 2. Also, shout out to William for picking the Canes. We will talk about college football stuff here in a second. I'm not able to pop up the super chats today because we had to run this in a really gay way. So sorry about that. But Jose Contreras for $1. I think updates the final rankings of the year. Ryan 9-7, Beardo 10-8, Will 11-5. I think this is for all the games last week. And then
how is Will 11-5 and I'm 10-8? Those numbers ain't numbering.
10-6. Sorry.
Okay.
My eyes are bad. I'm old. So overall, me and Will are tied 172, 89-1. Beardo 153, 108-1. According to Jose's numbers, it says week 1 through 8 games. I didn't record Thursday and a Friday game. Results: Ryan 3-5, Will 3-5, not including week 2. Couldn't find anywhere Ryan week 2 picks where Will had week 2 Thursday game correct.
What about my Thursday games, dude?
Sounds like a tiebreaker right there.
Well, I think Ink's Kitten also recorded them. I think she put it out there last week, the official ones, and she had all of our numbers from the fucking NFL pick'em thing. So either way, we are officially tied. Will and I.
Good season.
Tank for 2. Ryan, let's hear good, better, best. Bear the fuck down. Yeah, dude, that was the post game was awesome. Everybody loves Ben Johnson, man. It's a great time to be a Bears fan. Dom H with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom. 10 gifted memberships for everybody. Has seen me on for 5. Ryan had to be checking his blood pressure during that game. Took the Bears plus 1,100 at halftime. Also, fuck Aaron Rodgers. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for 5 was playing Cyberpunk and checked the score. Bears down 11 with 5 minutes left, and I said, it's over. Sorry, buddy. Buddy being you, Ryan. Glad it worked out. A lot of people counted us out. Terry Lipari, congratulations on your Bears advancing. Ryan for $5. Thank you. Pissin' Penguins for 20. Sup, Sports Wars? Hey, Will, suck it today. Hope the Pats lose. Hey, Ryan, Iceman gets it done. Can't forget about the lonely third wheel of his team with his team out of the playoffs. What's up, Beardo?
Yo.
Eric K, and thank you, Pissin' Penguins, for the $20. Eric K for 2. Ole Miss was robbed of the opportunity to win. Yes. So we might as well talk about that, actually. Let's talk about the college football playoff, a tale of 2 games. The Miami Dolphins continue to find themselves in these tight fucking games and come away victorious. Will, you picked Miami in this one, right?
Yeah, this one I believe I picked Miami. I had Miami, yeah, going through.
So this game was obviously kind of back and forth at the end. There's a controversial no call with a potential pass interference that I think at any other point in the game, it probably would have been called. So, it is what it is. I know a lot of people do feel like Ole Miss kind of got robbed, but you can't take anything away from the way that this Miami team has continued to play. Carson Beck getting it done. I think he walked it in with like 18 seconds left or whatever that was. When did he score that last one? Yeah, 18 seconds left. Carson Beck with a 3-yard run to cap off a drive that put him ahead and kept him ahead. But what a run for Ole Miss after losing their entire coaching staff the way that they did and everything that they went through to even be here. But the 10 seed Miami fucking Hurricanes, bro. We're getting these games with the 3rd ACC team and like the 3rd SEC team. It's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The I 100% believe that was, I mean, even people like my co-host Cricket, he had Miami. He also bet on Miami, and he was like, that was a pass interference at the end. I'm not so mad at the no call on it. I do disagree with people like that never gets called on a Hail Mary at the end of the play or at the end of the game. I'm like, that's not a Hail Mary. Like
right.
Hail Mary. I mean, that thing was on a line. And there was a good angle of it. You could see if you just look at the guy's jersey, you can see the 1 and it's just pulling sideways. I don't think it would have mattered because it's not like the NFL where it goes to the 1 yard line. It would have been on like the 15 or something like that. Still a chance to win it, but at the end of the day, I think the better team won. I mean, Miami was the better team through and through. Ole Miss had some good punches to come back, but Miami pretty much dominated this game. Hell, they had 42 minutes almost of ball control. So they were the better team. They won. It was a hell of a game, though, and enjoyable to watch compared to the other game, at least.
Yeah, that was definitely PI in the end zone.
Should have been called.
I would be if I'm an Ole Miss fan, I'd be pissed. You know what I mean? And I get it. I get it in the game. You don't want to like make a flag to make it a huge determining play. I get it, but still, if it's there, you got to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't swallow the whistle. Can't fucking hold the flag if it's an actual fucking penalty.
I think Miami is going to get absolutely fucking destroyed in the national championship. Right now, the last I checked was IU -7.5. I wouldn't be surprised by game day if that's -10, 10.5.
Oh yeah, they just keep winning, man. They keep winning and dominating. It's crazy to see. I feel like I should be enjoying this more because it's a new team doing it. You know, that hasn't been to the championship before, and they're undefeated. And when's the next time? This might be one of the. We might not see another undefeated team in college football like go all the way and win it. So, someone said something crazy the other day that I was listening to. There's these certain teams that are just clearly better than everyone else in college football, and we just need to, like, when it comes to these playoffs, we just need to ride that team. Like it was Ohio State the year before. They were like clearly just better than everyone, and they dominated everyone. It might be this Indiana team this year, but I don't know why. I just hate rooting against the favorite to win it. You know,
Well, this game, I was talking about this,
the favorite.
like. There is something that's so disgusting to me about the Indiana Hoosiers being a good football team. It's gross for years and years and years. As much as Purdue's had, you know, up and down seasons and stuff like that, at least we're better than IU. That was always like, that's always the thing. For them to be on the cusp of a national championship is gross to me and disgusting. One of the storylines from this, obviously, too, is you've got these two quarterbacks who people think are going, you know, at the top of the draft, and whoops, dropped something. And it's like, you know, who goes where? Is it really Mendoza? Blah, blah, blah. And holy fuck, bro. I mean,
Dante Moore proved that he's a Jets quarterback in that game. I think they drafted him already. I think they already put the pick in.
Seems like it. And, you know, Mendoza, incredibly efficient. They were dominated this game from the fucking get-go.
Yep. Pick six on the very first play of the game.
First play of the game. And congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. You know, there is this segment of fan in Indiana who are Hoosier fans and Bears fans. I think most Hoosier fans are probably Colts fan, but in the north part, there are some people that are Hoosier fans and fucking Bears fans. What a fucking weekend for you. My gosh.
I just don't like that quarterback. I don't know why.
You don't like Mendoza, huh?
I get what you're saying. He's too squeaky clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I want a guy with I want a little controversial, you know, just a guy.
Really? Hold on. You have fucking Drake May as your quarterback, who might be the most boring motherfucker in the world. But
I called that out about Drake May in the beginning. All right, but he keeps winning, and he's my guy, so I got to stick by him. This guy's not my guy, so I can make fun of him.
Yeah,
he's a little too perfect.
Who do we got in the national championship game, boys?
Oh, dude, I have IU -14, dude. It's going to be a fucking blowout.
Listen, everyone keeps counting out this Miami team, dude, and it's in Miami. Oh, I'm going to be rooting on Miami. I'll probably be betting on Miami too.
I'm going to pick IU. I'm going to pick IU partially because I have picked against them every fucking game that we've had an opportunity to talk about this season, and clearly it hasn't fucking worked. So we're switching it up. I'm picking IU with the hopes that they get fucking destroyed, annihilated. But yes, Miami doesn't have to go anywhere. They're playing right in Miami, which is crazy.
Dude, Miami made so much money that they so the ACC doesn't do the revenue share. So that 20 million, the money they made throughout the playoffs, they got 20 million for making the championship. They get to keep it all. They also get a $3 million travel expense thing, but they don't have to travel, so they get to keep all that or most of it. They'll probably get hotels and whatnot for the players before the game, but they're making a lot. That was a good investment. I love the clips of Lane Kiffin before the season I don't know if you guys saw that, making fun of Carson Beck getting 4.3 million or whatever. He's like, Miami paid him 4.3 million. They see how he played against us last year.
Wow,
it was great.
That's why I love Lane Kiffin.
Did you see all the edits of like Carson Beck and like the
Danger?
Yeah, what was the name of the fucking chick he went down there to date that then broke up with him?
Her name is
whoever. Right? There's so many fucking edits going around of like Carson Beck sliding into people's DMs or people sliding into his or something after the game.
Well, rumor is that he's dating that porn star.
Yes,
or at least he's fucking her.
It's working for him. Keep it going.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's fucking disgusting. I think it's absolutely fucking disgusting. But I did see, bro, there was this funny, I saw this like highly detailed thread of like analysis of picking NFL games based on the size of the quarterback's girlfriend's tits.
Yes,
like
I
size
saw
of the
that.
milkers or whatever. Like it was actually very funny.
I saw that exact same post.
Yeah. And people like
it was like Sam Darnold's girlfriend, no tits. Josh Allen's wife, medium-sized tits. Caleb Williams' girlfriend, huge fucking milkers.
Yeah, I did see that the milkers thread, the analysis of picking games by milkers. That was funny.
Yeah,
bro, did you guys see one of the funniest things? I obviously have so much Bears stuff in my algorithm, obviously, but a ton of Bears Packers fans fighting with each other throughout the fucking week. A lot of Packers players were talking a lot of shit. Coaches talking a lot of shit before this game. That's why it felt extra good. But there was this thread where it showed Caleb Williams and Jordan Love standing next to each other. And like, hey, Grok, remove the worst quarterback from this. And it removes Jordan Love. Somebody else replies and they're like, at Grok, remove the gay quarterback from this picture. And it removed Jordan Love. And so it like completely blew up in their fucking face. It was one of the funniest things I saw this week.
That's funny.
Oh, dude, it was great. It was great. CJ Pruitt, I'm happy for you, Ryan, and all the other Bears fans, but Caleb Williams grating that cheese was weird. Amazon Prime setting these players up for cringe.
I hope that doesn't come back to bite him.
What do you mean? Just fucking fuck the Packers celebration, grating cheese?
Yeah.
How?
Like next week? Like what if Caleb Williams like fucking 4 interceptions, 90 yards passing?
It'll still be the Packers.
Who fucking cares? It's about the Packers. This is about beating the Packers.
So was this do you think this was the Bears Super Bowl?
I wouldn't say this is the Bears Super Bowl, but this is the most important game that the Bears have played in. I think this is the most important game that the Bears have played since the NFC Championship game in 2011 or whenever that was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think in 15 years is the most important game they fucking played.
Well, hold on. Before we move on from the Milkers conversation, did you see the clip? I think this was it had to have been Christmas when they had games on Amazon. Who's the blonde chick that's with Tony Gonzalez, Richard Sherman, and those guys? What's her name?
I don't remember right off the top of my head.
So they were all drinking eggnog. They were celebrating drinking eggnog because they had that little booth that's on the field. And someone said, like, what's actually in eggnog? And they're like, it's milk. It's milk. It comes from the nipples of a cow. And then the chick said, I got nipples, Greg. Do you want to milk me too? Referring to Meet the Parents or whatever.
Yeah, Meet the Parents.
Referring to Meet the Parents. But everyone was like, did this chick just ask the rest of the guys on the panel if they want to milk her nipples?
Carissa Thompson.
Yeah. Dude,
that's
that shit was hilarious when I watched it. Because the first time I didn't get it either. And then I went to the comments. I'm like, oh, this is a Meet the Parents reference.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's such a good pull. Yeah.
Yeah.
you didn't even. So you just thought she was just randomly saying
I just
it?
thought she just said, I got nipples too. Do you want to fucking milk me? And I didn't realize, and a lot of people clearly didn't realize, because they're like, what the fuck did she just say? And then you scroll down to the comments, like the replies, and it was like, this is a Meet the Parents reference.
Such a good pull.
Rob De Niro.
Newerest for $5. Beardo is a true American hero. Get better, Will. Ryan sucks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who said that?
Newerest.
Let's go, dude. Hell yeah.
American man for $5. On behalf of Cowboys fans, thank you, Green Bay, for the 20th overall pick, as well as Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. Jerry got the last laugh after all.
Yeah, they got the 12th and 20th pick. Let's see what they do with it.
I mean, if you've, we talked about it back in the day. I was shocked that Green Bay made the trade for Micah. They were giving up a lot, but obviously, if you feel like it's your Super Bowl window or whatever, it could pay off. Now, with the knowledge of Micah Parsons tears his knee up, can't really predict that or whatever, but it does look like Jerry walked away pretty okay with this deal. Sideless for $5. It was more than I could ask for, Bears. The Packers fans want a pound of flesh. No first-round picks until 2028. Spinning wheels in 7th seed hell. Bro, look, it feels so good. Remember the NFL draft when fucking, is it Clay Matthews that goes up there with the fucking sign thing from Trump? The Bears still suck. Like the draft in Green Bay, which who the fuck wants to be there? Literally nobody wants to be there. That's all these people have up in Green Bay is the Green Bay Packers and fucking a cow. And I don't mean their wives, right? That's all the Green Bay fans fucking have. So this has to hurt so badly. So bad.
Cheese.
And cheese. Cheese is good. Joe Man for $10. Yo, congrats, Ryan. That star, where'd it jump? Fucking jumped on me, damn it. Of course it did. How fucking annoying. We got a lot of super chats. You guys are hyped today. That was a hell of a game. Going to be a fun day to watch some football. Honestly, I think the game of the day is Bills Jags. I do really think the Jags have a good chance.
I think that is going to be the game of the day, or has the best potential to be the game of the day.
I think it should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all think it. Why don't we talk about those games? Actually, we still have one game to talk about from yesterday, which we barely got an opportunity to. But we got to talk about. Let's pull this shit up here. We got to talk about Rams and Panthers because this game looked like the Rams were going to take care of business fairly easily early on. And then the Panthers hang around, a little bit of fucking back and forth in the fourth quarter. You need a big touchdown from Matthew Stafford to the backup tight end there. And, the Panthers are not able to respond, but a great showing from the Panthers who really backed into the playoffs to hang in and fight as much as they did and force the Rams to have to come back.
Yeah. This spread was way too high. Rams favored by 10. I texted Will yesterday. I was like, so Carolina plus 10? He's like, I wouldn't take Carolina plus 20. And I'm like, so you're telling me I should hammer Carolina plus 10? He's like, not if you like losing money. I'm like, fuck, maybe he's right. Because I wanted to put money on Carolina to cover. And sure as shit, I fucking should have. This is one game where I was nervous last night for Chicago leaving too much time on the clock for Green Bay because I watched this game first and Carolina scored way too quick and left too much time on the clock for, Matt Stafford and the Rams to come back and win. But yeah, man, I mean, these two teams played each other tough just a few weeks ago. So I had a pretty good feeling this was going to be a close game, but yeah, shout out to the Rams.
Yeah, it was impressive. If you would have told me the Panthers were going to put up 31, I mean, I don't think anyone predicted that. You had Bryce Young doing it with his legs and making some good throws as well. Very impressed by the Panthers here, but I'm more concerned about the Rams. They kind of got in their own way. They were dominating this game. I predicted that they would get out to a big lead like they did, but then second half they just run the ball because the first time that they played, they were getting 7.2 yards per carry. They have the best offensive line in the league when it comes to run blocking. So I thought they were just going to dominate this game, but they kept going for it on fourth downs and not taking the field goals and letting the Panthers have a second chance. And the Panthers took advantage every single time. It was impressive, but I mean, good teams find a way to win in playoffs, especially on the road, and the Rams got it done. So tip of the cap to them. But I am concerned about this Rams team because what we've seen over the last 4 or 5 games is very concerning for a team that's favored to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, especially like I feel like their defense has been very disappointing.
They can't string together a full game. They'll play good for stretches, but then shit the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the Rams are out next round, whether they play Seattle or Chicago. I think both of those teams will beat the Rams. They just look flat on offense, man. Except for Puka. The rest of the offense just looks a little flat.
Bro, Puka had
Seattle.
That drop that Puka had was insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like he was crying on the sidelines. It was I don't even remember if it was the fourth quarter. It might have been late in the third. Maybe it was for whatever, but he had a walking
right before the half. It was right before the half because I remember because I'm like, that would have been 3 touchdowns in one half.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. And he dropped it and he looked so upset. He looked like he was crying on the sidelines, legitimately. And like,
good.
I don't know, dude. You can't cry.
It's the fucking Rams. Fuck the Rams.
Yeah, but Puka was crazy. Adams didn't look great in this game, but the Rams got it done. Let's talk about
Adams
the games.
Had 13 targets and only 5 catches. Definitely rusty from coming back, and
a couple drops too.
We were talking about that bomb down the sideline to him on that double move. Stafford may have just overthrew him, but I felt like Stafford thought, he had a little bit more speed on him, but Devontae might have been a little nervous trying to kick it into the next gear after having that hamstring injury that he's recovering from. Because Stafford usually doesn't miss those throws.
Yeah, I mean, remember we saw him fucking pull that hamstring so fucking hard.
Yeah,
and that was just 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that looked like he might have been done for the fucking season.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like it at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. I thought he was going to be out for the playoffs when I seen that injury, and it showed yesterday too.
But the games today. Oh, I also back to the Bears game quickly. It's not about the Bears.
Fuck,
bro. Al Michaels needs to be done.
He's coming back next year. They announced it like right before the game. He's coming back next year, and I agree with you. He should be done.
He has no idea what's going on. Yeah. He is clueless about what's going on. And also, can I say this? There's a reason why quarterbacks who are fucking analysts for NFL games actually fucking played in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Herbstreit, I think, has been fine in college. I hate him calling NFL games. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's talking about most of the time, honestly.
I didn't mind Kirk Herbstreit. This is their 3rd year doing Amazon? 3rd or 4th?
3rd, I think.
His first year, he was good. He was fine. I was okay with it. Now it just seems like he always ties it back to college. Oh, this guy, he was doing this stuff when he was here. And, like, I don't like how he's always tying it back into college.
But anyway, yeah, fuck Thursday Night Football announcing crew. Bills Jags 1 p.m. Should this be the 1 p.m. game, man?
I agree with you. I think this should be the late game. This is the game of the weekend.
Oh God,
fucking Duval, bro. After Duval, there's no way I thought the Jags were gonna have this season. I've been kind of doubting them all season long. In general, I feel like the last 6 or 7 games, Trevor Lawrence has played very, very well consistently. And obviously this Jags defense is tough. The Bills, on the other hand, I feel like if you would have told the Bills fans and this organization that, hey, by the way, Patrick Mahomes isn't in the playoffs, Joe Burrow isn't in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson isn't in the playoffs, they'd be like, this is Super Bowl or bust. This is the year. It has to be the fucking year. So
And
much on the line for this team right now.
It still is Super Bowl or bust.
Well, yeah, I 100%. But I have the Bills in the game. I don't feel good about it at all, but it's almost like Josh Allen needs to win this game. Like there is no other outcome that is acceptable. Like if the Jags lose, it's been a great season for them. Great first season for Liam Cohen. If the Bills lose, it's blow it up time.
Yeah, I've been talking about the Bills window for seems like years now. I'm like the Bills Super Bowl window is closing in. It's closing in. I think this is it right here. If they lose this game, I think they're blowing it all up. I think Sean McDermott gets fired. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. Unlike you, Ryan, I've been on Jacksonville this year. I think Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. He's finally proving it. He's finally proving himself. And you were talking about the Bears earlier being the team of destiny. I think the Jaguars are the team of destiny. They got hot right at the right time at the end of the season. They got a lot of momentum. I got Jacksonville in this one.
Yeah, it's tough for Josh Allen to everyone's putting that on him. It's like Super Bowl or bust for him. It's tough this year because he's got to do it on the road. Like this would be the year that they needed to win the division and have some home playoff games. Then I feel like you could say that because it's not like they have an easy path. They got to go, to Jacksonville, and then they win this. They probably got to go to Denver and whatnot. Those aren't two easy games on the road. But at the end of the day, for this game, I don't want to be here tomorrow on my show being the guy that picked against Josh Allen and picked Trevor Lawrence over Josh Allen in a playoff game and feel stupid. So I'm going with the Bills in this one to get it done. I'm just hoping for a fun, exciting shootout. I hope it's a 35-31 type of game.
It's going to be interesting. Jacksonville, that defense, very good against the run this year. Buffalo have run the ball incredibly well. James Cook is your fucking rushing leader. You know what I mean? So a little bit of strength on strength there. I don't know exactly how it's all going to work out, but I can't wait for this game. I'm excited for that game.
Mm-hmm.
The 4:30 game is a game that I do not know how I feel. I can tell you this. If this game had happened in week 18 of the regular season, following the week 17 victory from the 49ers over the Chicago Bears, I would have said, fucking Niners all day. Are you fucking kidding me? But then they come out and they lay that stinker in the last game of the fucking season. Can't do anything. Can't move the ball against Seattle. And I get it. Seattle's defense is good, but fuck. I am still going with my gut here, which tells me that Jalen Hurts is a fucking bum bitch ass piece of shit. And this team isn't as like not having everything fucking going right like they did last year. The Eagles have figured some things out over the last couple of weeks. They've been running the ball better. Saquon with a couple 100-yard games to close out the season, stuff like that. I got the 49ers on the road, but I feel very iffy about it.
I'm on the Eagles in Philly. It's going to be cold, windy, and rainy. I like Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy to go under on their passing yards today. Big game for the Eagles run game, Saquon and Tank Bigsby. I think they're both going to have a big game today. Kyle Shanahan is his own worst enemy. I've been saying it for years. He always overthinks, and he outcoaches himself. So in Philly, I mean, the past couple of years, they always turn it on in the playoffs. They're a completely different team in the playoffs. So I got the Eagles today. Also, Dallas Goedert, first touchdown in this game.
I give the Niners a better chance than most to win this game. I think people are overreacting to 1 week and last week. Trent Williams is supposed to be a go this week. So we should see him in this game, which I hope because I want to see all the good players out there in a playoff game. At the end of the day, I got to lean and pick the Eagles in this one. It's a home game for them. The Eagles just find a way to win ugly. They do get Lane Johnson back, which is huge. And I think at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna be a gross, low scoring game. I do think we can see. Everyone's loving the under in this game. I actually think we are going to see some scoring from both sides, and this thing goes over. But I will give the edge to Philly being home and just them finding a way to grind it out and win ugly. It's not going to look good. I do think we see some scoring, but I don't think it's going to look good in this game. But I do give the Niners a shot. I don't think they should be 6-point dogs to this team.
Yeah, I think
love.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I love Philly -6. I love it.
There you go. We'll
Niners.
see if they can recreate some of the magic from last year. Fuck Jalen Hurts, man. Fucking retard. Chargers, Patriots, the Sunday night game. Will, you happy it's a night game? You happy you guys get the primo slot right here?
Yes and no. I was really hoping like my team, like your team yesterday, would have played yesterday, kind of get it out of the way. Now I got to sit around all day, wait for this game. I love my Pats in the spot. No one's giving them a shot from what I'm seeing. I know that the betting markets will tell you otherwise, but like every
3.5 point favorites, no one's giving them a shot.
Yeah, this line, the thing that I like about this is that line hasn't budged. Like it hasn't dipped to 3, even with money coming in on the Chargers and whatnot. I listen to a bunch of different shows. I haven't heard anyone tell me that they feel confident in the Patriots. I'm just nervous because I do really like the Patriots. I think the Patriots, if they come out hot, which they've been a really good first half team, I don't think the Chargers have the ability to come back. I just want the Patriots to win so bad, just so I don't have to hear how fraudulent we were all season if we lose to the Chargers, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's my worst case scenario. We lose this game and then they're like, see, told you they were
scheduled. Drake May's a fake MVP candidate.
Yeah, all that shit. So I just really want them to win. But deep down, looking at this matchup, I do think that, I mean, you got West Coast team flying out east. They're going to play the night game. It's going to be in the 20s. You got a quarterback for the Chargers who's really good, got a busted up left hand and doesn't have his 2 tackles. So couldn't be a better matchup for the Pats in that scenario. And what I was most impressed by last week was our run game. Our run game was crazy. So if we have a run game established in this one, and then we just let Drake May make plays when he needs to, I think the Pats could win this game easily. And that's what I expect.
I got the Pats in the game. I do think they'll take care of business. This Chargers team they're a team they're going to hang around. I don't think they're going to get blown out. I think they're going to hang around the whole time. You do have playmakers like Derwin James. You never know when he can fucking force a fumble or dive in front of a fucking ball and get a pick. I like Derwin James a lot, actually. But I do think that those injuries on that offensive line for the Chargers are just going to be a little too much to overcome. I don't know if they're going to be able to run the ball too effectively. And I think you're going to see a lot of throws from Herbert. I think he's going to be under pressure a decent amount during the day. I got the Pats, but I think the Chargers keep it close.
The thing with Justin Herbert, even though he's banged up, he always seems to play his best football when he's a little banged up. I think the Chargers are going to stick around in this one. Like you said, Ryan, they're gonna hang around, but I have New England winning. I have Stevenson, Henderson, and Quentin Johnson for a touchdown today in this game. But I like New England.
Well, there you go. All of us on the Patriots. That makes you feel good, right, Will?
I was just thinking that doesn't make me good.
We did get an admission from Beardo. For all you people that keep track of our fucking numbers, by the way, we got an admission from Beardo. Even though he picked the Bears when we did Monday Evening Quarterback, yesterday he switched to the Packers.
I did. I'm an honest man.
He had belief in Jordan Love and the Packers. He switched to them. So for you guys keeping track, Beardo's official pick was the Packers.
Yep.
And then the Monday game, Texans, Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Mike Tomlin make it into the playoffs after that missed field goal by the rookie Ravens kicker. And they go to play the Houston Texans, who have a nasty fucking defense. And the offense has played much better over the last half of the season. It's in Pittsburgh. Tough place to play for a young team like the Texans. But you know what? I got to go with them. I'm going with the Houston Texans because fuck Aaron Rodgers.
The Steelers are going to win.
You got anything else to say?
CJ Stroud interception. I'm just wondering when Al-Shaair is going to get ejected out of this game. Is it going to be the second quarter, third quarter? Because he's not finishing this game. I think DK is a coin flip. He's either going to have a phenomenal fucking game, like I'm talking like 150 yards receiving type of game with a touchdown or two, or he's going to be completely absent and deflated. So we'll see. But also Gainwell's always due for a touchdown. So I really like that guy. Pittsburgh Steelers are going to move on, and they're going to play Denver next week.
Oh, this just feels like a Steelers game that they win. They're 3-point underdogs. I feel like Tomlin loves being a home 3-point underdog. And I'm curious about how the Texans are going to do with the, being outdoors in the cold in this game. I just got a weird feeling that it's going to be the Texans are going to look like the better team, but the Steelers are just going to find a way to stick around and win this game at the end. So I'm going to go with the Steelers.
If I'm the Texans, I'm hiring people to go into the crowd and just scream at DK Metcalf, call him his government fucking name so that he goes unhinged. That's what I'm hoping for.
I told people on the show this morning that I want to bet who will DK punch next, and I was going to bet Mike Tomlin. Just decks him.
Bro, you remember I don't know why, when you said that, the Garrett Blunt punch.
Yeah, at Oregon?
At Oregon, way back in the day. Fucking.
Do you remember the team of which that he punched the
Boise
player?
State.
Boise State.
Yeah.
The white dude from Boise State who came up and yelled in his face after they lost that game. He fucking cold cocked him, dude.
Yep. And then he dropped in the draft because of that.
But Garrett Blunt don't fuck around, man.
Still won Super Bowls.
He's a real G.
He won a few of them. What, 2 with New England and 1 with Philly?
I think 1 with each.
1 with each.
Yeah.
He's a real G. There's no fucking doubt about that. I wouldn't want to fuck with him. But since we were just talking about, and Beard, I heard you mention some of your prize picks and stuff like that for the week. We might as well say thank you to Prize Picks right now if I can actually find what I'm looking for. I've always got so many damn tabs up, but we did find it. Lucky for me, we actually were able to find it. Big shout out to Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. We've been having a lot of fun on Prize Picks. Beardo's been having a ton of fun on Prize Picks throughout this entire season, and obviously some big playoff matchups, some high profile players to get in on the action today. We do have some new features on Prize Picks, which are awesome. I know Will loves this one. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. They've also got social feeds features, so you can share Prize Picks with your friends, copy lineups with winners in a single click, copy lineups you like, or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can follow Prize Picks partners like us and, either fade our picks if that's what you want to do, or kind of double up with us. Get on the action. It's now available in all 50 states. So that is an update. All 50 states for Prize Picks, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Wow. And it now offers stacks, and you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Beardo, what are you feeling for Prize Picks today?
I got 2 gross ones. 2 gross ones with high payouts here. I'll give you my gross ones real quick. We got a 5-player power play. Trevor Lawrence, rushing touchdown.
Ooh.
Brian Thomas, anytime touchdown. Juwan Jennings, touchdown. Dallas Goedert, touchdown. Quentin Johnston, touchdown. $20 will pay out $2,600. I got a $10 play here. Travis Etienne, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy, rushing touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, touchdown. Travion Henderson, touchdown. $10 pays $3,700. I have an all interception power play here. Josh Allen pick, Trevor Lawrence pick, Brock Purdy pick, Justin Herbert pick. $10 pays out $100. And I have a gross one that will put me on. Brandon Cooks. Do you know what team Brandon Cooks plays for, Ryan?
He plays for does he play the Bills now?
He plays for the Bills now. I didn't know that till this morning.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
I did not know that until week 17 or 18, I think. Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, touchdown. Kyle Williams, touchdown. $5 pays out $100. That's what I'm playing today.
There you go. That's some wild. Those are some wild ones right there, especially the Brandon Cooks action. But yeah, you guys can catch it all here, whether you like football, basketball, whatever. Go to Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code GG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code GG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So shout out to those guys. We got Super Chats to catch up with, and then we got to talk about some of these firings and where these guys can go. I know Beardo's excited to talk about where some of these guys can go because might be the Giants.
Maybe.
S. Morgan, member for 5 months, says Miami versus the world. Fuck OSU, Notre Dame, SEC, and Indiana. That's right. Zenny Biscuit for 5. Because of last May, I'm obligated to cheer for the Bears. Yay, Bears. Yes, Zenny Biscuit. That's fucking right. David Cushmore for 5. Can the Bears make the NFC conference finals? Can they make the championship game with one more win? Absolutely. Absolutely. S. Morgan, Indiana's older than the Packers and Bears.
Cool.
You mean that a university is older? Congratulations. Sideless for 5. Ryan wished on a monkey paw or something. The Bears will be good, but the QB will wear nail polish, and Hoosiers football will be in the natty. There's a lot of trade-offs when you're like selling your soul and shit. Wasim, fuck Indiana and the Packers. Love Ben's handshake. Yeah, dude. Everyone's like, oh, the handshake. Bro, Matt LaFleur did a fucking flyby the first time they played. Now, Ben Johnson also poked a little fun at Matt LaFleur in the opening. These guys don't like each other. They shouldn't like each other. Fuck you. One of the most annoying pictures that I've seen in Bears history was Matt Eberflus and Matt LaFleur sitting together at a fucking basketball game, just like they're buddies, like they're friends. Fuck you. You should want to slit the throat of your rival's head coach. You want them dead. Fuck them. They're dirt. They're less than dirt. They're shit. So yeah, fuck Matt LaFleur. Not even going to be there next year, probably. Fucking lost him his job. Greg DeGoblin for 10. IU getting a perfect football season to go with their perfect basketball season will never be equaled. Only 50 years apart. Yeah, I used the last perfect national champion in basketball, I believe, right?
Billy Knight?
Bobby?
I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me.
Billy Knight. Beardo's like, oh, basketball. I don't know much about basketball, but I got one right here.
I know Billy Knight.
Billy Knight. My Lord.
My bad.
Billy Knight. S. Morgan, Miami was robbed 4 times on no pass interference calls. I don't remember some of the other ones. Obviously, the one at the end stood out to me significantly. Bama Rammer for $10. Bear down, Ryan. It's been fun watching the Bears. As an Eagles fan, I don't have any problem with the Bears. Time to take care of them 40 whiners. Go Birds. Oh, yeah. Look, Eagles and Bears fans had like a pact in this season until they played. Because the Eagles were taking out the rest of the NFC North. We were taking out the NFC East. Like, it was going well. Then we had to play. Mike Hill for 5. Hoping for an Aaron Rodgers and Bears showdown in the Super Bowl. That'd be crazy. Luke Stone for 2. Al Michaels got pumped up with Adderall last night. The opening kickoff, the Bears ran a trick play where I think they had like Josh Blackwell run around like he was going to get a fucking lateral in the opening kickoff. Al Michaels didn't even say anything about it. He's just like, there's Duvernay and, runs up the left side and, gets the ball to the 31. It's like, can you just acknowledge that we just saw a trick play? You know what I mean? Like they feigned a trick play. Al Michaels is done. Bury that motherfucker. He's been a great broadcaster for a long fucking time. He's dead. Fucking kill him off, dude.
It reminds me of Joe Buck in the 2010s, just asleep at the wheel. But that was when Joe Buck was addicted to hair plugs.
How do you get addicted?
You don't know that?
What do you mean addicted to hair plugs?
Joe Buck wrote a book. He wrote a book about his life journey on how, like, from 2005 to like 2012, he was addicted to hair plugs. And it almost ruined his life.
Well, like you keep getting them or something? I thought if
he just kept getting hair transplants, dude. He was addicted to getting hair plugs, dude. And he wrote a book about it. This is real life.
That's strange.
Yeah. And he said it almost ruined his broadcasting career because all he can think about in the booth while he was calling games was when is the next time can I get hair plugs?
Oh, he almost ruined his vocal cords doing it.
Yeah. This is a real story.
I'm looking at it now, yeah.
That's wild. Bearded sports psych for 5. Ryan, Carson Beck with a porn star is disgusting. Also, Ryan, I don't care if Caleb Williams gets rammed by dudes before the game. Well, we're talking about different things. If Caleb Williams, one, he's not gay, even though he wears nail polish, which is almost gayer than actually taking dick. But if he was, we're talking about their personal life choices being disgusting versus what they can do in the field. I can guarantee you, if Carson Beck was playing for the Purdue Boilermakers and he had us on the cusp of national championship, I wouldn't care how many porn stars he's fucking. I wouldn't care how many STDs he's got. I don't care how many fucking loose pussies he's trying to shove his dick into. If he wins the national championship, I'm fucking all for it. Same with Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams continues to make incredible fourth quarter comebacks and, becomes the best quarterback in the history of the Bears. He could be giving fucking blowjobs to a homeless dude on Michigan Avenue, and I do not care. Like, that's just it. I don't know how to say it any better than that. Little Orphan Funkhauser, did Beardo just curse IU? Let's hope so. Go Canes. That's right. Trying for $20. The upside of the Bears winning is will only elevate Ryan's rage when they fail to make the Super Bowl. Go Birds. EAGLES, Eagles. We beat your Birds last time we played, so we'll see if we get a rematch. B-Chain for 5. Beardo, yesterday Angel Stadium saw its first win in years in Supercross. Old man Eli Tomac got the W.
I think Artie Marino and the Angels, they probably make more money on Supercross than they actually do on Angel games.
Probably. I'm still like reeling that Alex Bregman was just signed to the fucking Cubs, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Out of fucking nowhere.
I cannot wait for the day that Artie Marino just fucking croaks and falls over.
Mod Eric K for 2. What do you guys think of the theory? Because the 49ers practice facility and practice field is directly next to a substation, the low frequency electromagnetic field weakens tendons and soft tissue.
Holy shit.
I heard that theory this week going around, but it would explain a lot.
I don't think so. I think that we probably underestimate the importance that like the medical training staff and the like strength trainers and things like that. I feel like we probably don't pay as much attention to those type of things because it does seem like there's teams that are consistently plagued with things. Do you know what I mean? And even like fuck the Bears this year, the amount of soft tissue fucking injuries on our defense that we had was wild.
Or like New York teams like the Giants and the Jets with the lower leg injuries on that shitty fucking turf that John Mara refused to fix and put real grass in.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of that one, I don't know. Speaking of injury, we didn't even talk about it, but TJ Edwards, you guys see TJ Edwards' injury last night?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
It did not get a lot of attention, mostly because of the low energy fucking broadcast. But TJ Edwards broke his fucking leg, and it was one of the weirdest, like the fibula break at the ankle. You know what I mean? The ones we see a lot. But it was in one of the weirdest ways I've ever seen. There had to be a pre-existing something there because, like,
a little hairline fracture.
Yeah, we'll see if I can pull it up. I know you love watching these, Beardo.
I do like watching them, actually.
He was just basically like shuffling to the right and planted, and it snapped.
Well, it was not that he planted. It was that, like, it got caught on a... Here it is. It got caught. His cleat basically got caught on a passing Packers player's foot, and the momentum of that twisted his leg enough that he... Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. I'm going to make... Why is this the first video I find some retard who has no fucking idea what they're talking about? But we'll roast him too. Where Jason Whitlock had that retard first round mock draft on his fucking show the other day and got absolutely annihilated because that dude's like, I have a 5th round grade on Francisco Mendoza. And it's like, you also had Caleb Williams as like a 6th round grade, and you won't stop talking about how wrong you were every fucking day. But anyway. Here it is. This idiot's like TJ Edwards suffered an awful leg injury. It looks like it appears to be an Achilles injury. You're one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. You should go fucking off yourself, dude. First down media. Holy
Damn.
shit.
It's
So-
not Achilles.
Here it is.
The left foot gets caught up with Christian Watson right there.
Oh,
See that?
Ooh.
As he,
And then he tries to get back up.
Watson came through it.
Oh, I wish they didn't. There's a
when he goes to step on it.
you can
Yeah.
kind of see it like just dangling a little bit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was just so strange. It wasn't like went down in a tackle in a weird way or something. Just the way his
Well,
foot
yeah.
hit-
Christian Watson's momentum kind of like threw it back
Yeah.
and dislocated or broke it.
it-
There had
it
to been some
snapped
type
it,
of
yeah.
already had a hairline fracture or something.
Yeah, Cleat just gets caught and that momentum carries him and his foot's facing the wrong way right now.
Even if you
Yeah.
didn't see that, you could tell it was not an Achilles because he couldn't walk off the field. Well, how many guys did we see walk off with a torn Achilles? That can like just slowly step away off the field. He couldn't move.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's rough. And I'm gonna be honest. I love TJ Edwards. I think the defense is better when he's not in. He can't cover anybody. He can't cover anybody in fucking space. He has great instincts against the run and line of scrimmage and stuff, but he is. I do think the defense plays a little better with him not there. I hate that fucking injury is the way his season ends. Our starting left tackle also Ozzy Trapillo, Torres Patella. He's going to be out for the rest of the season.
Damn.
So not good going forward. Theo Benedict was fucking out there running routes, dude. He was running post routes last night. We put in our backup offensive lineman, spread him all the way out to the right side of the field, and he fucking sprinted and like ran a post. That was wild. Didn't get the ball, but maybe eventually that'll happen. Let's talk about Harbaugh. After we talk on Monday about all the coaches that get fired and is anybody safe, blah, blah, blah. Harbaugh, not out of the blue, because we had talked about it a little bit. Harbaugh gets fired. They make the decision to part ways with Jim Harbaugh. And I think a lot of this has to do with Lamar Jackson, and I think a lot of it has to do with the players that didn't want him there.
Well, they mutually agreed to part ways. Is what?
That's not what happened.
Well, that was the report.
It's the same thing with Belichick. They mutually agreed to part ways. He got fired.
Yeah, that was not the case. It was like Harbaugh got fired. His expectation was to stay there. I think he got a phone call letting him know he got fired before he came in the next day and was able to like say goodbye to people or whatever. Harbaugh got fired. And look, sometimes things run its course and the message gets a little stale, and they've certainly had a lot of disappointing finishes to their seasons and stuff. So you do get it from a certain perspective. I don't know who you're going to get in there now that you feel like is an upgrade over Harbaugh. But with that being said, right, Harbaugh quickly becomes the belle of the ball for every other team, including the New York Giants, Beardo. So who do you want to be your next head coach?
Obviously, I want John Harbaugh, but there's a reason why he hasn't taken any interviews in this past week. And that's because, he's being smart about it. He's waiting to see what teams lose this next round of the playoffs. Because right now, on paper, the Giants are the most attractive job of the coaching vacancies right now. But let's say the Bills lose today. The Bills knowing, and this is for several teams, but the Bills specifically knowing that John Harbaugh's out there, and if they lose, they're probably more prone to firing Sean McDermott than if Harbaugh was not there. So if teams like the Bills and the Eagles lose today,
the Packers
or the Packers firing, if they fire LaFleur, Eagles fire Sirianni, or the Bills firing McDermott, those teams instantly become more appealing than the Giants. So obviously, I want the Giants to go after Harbaugh, but we'll have to see what happens today with these games, because that's why Harbaugh hasn't interviewed for any jobs yet, because he's seeing what other teams are going to lose in the playoffs that are going to be willing to fire their head coach just to hire Harbaugh. So we'll see. I have a really bad feeling that the Bills are going to wind up landing Harbaugh and the Giants are going to hire Stefanski. It's good, dude.
Who do you want? You want Stefanski or Mike McCarthy?
Fuck Mike McCarthy. I don't want that fucking fat bitch. I would rather have Kevin Stefanski. My dream scenario, totally make-believe fantasy
John
land.
Gruden.
No, right. It would be, yes. John Harbaugh, head coach. Mike McDaniels, offensive coordinator. Look, I'd even be open. John Harbaugh, head coach, and bringing back Dabes as offensive coordinator. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. Bringing back Dabes as just offensive coordinator.
Happens.
No, I'm just saying I'd be okay with that. But bringing in Harbaugh as head coach, Mike McDaniels as offensive coordinator. You know who else has good ties to John Harbaugh? Buddies?
Jim Harbaugh.
Wink Martindale.
Oh.
Wink Martindale was our defensive coordinator the first 2 years with Dable. They didn't like each other. Little feuds in the meeting rooms and stuff. You know, Wink Martindale quits. John Harbaugh and Wink Martindale have a good relationship. So bringing in Wink Martindale back as a defensive coordinator, I like that.
Is the Giants job really the best job available?
Right now? Yes, it is.
I think when you look at the landscape, I think if you look at the openings, it's probably people in general would feel like Atlanta.
Yeah, I think Atlanta.
Like Atlanta's probably the better one potentially in terms of the team itself. And then I think the Giants would probably be the next one on that list because you've got, a lot of young talent and stuff like that makes it attractive. But yeah,
I think the Giants defense, Giants have really good defense or could have a really good defense. And plus the young talent on the offensive side, I think that makes it more appealing than Atlanta.
You are right, Will. Like we are leaving out the Baltimore Ravens. That is the most attractive one, but we're talking about where Harbaugh would go.
Where Harbaugh's going to go.
And the Miami job is open because Mike McDaniel did get fired days later than we expected. Like the dude's such a fucking goof, man. Like what the fuck did he do in this fucking interview that made them like, hey, we're good. You're going to be involved as part of our search for a fucking GM. You're staying here. And then 3 days later, it's like, God, I got it. I can just get a bad feeling from this Coke dealer.
I don't think he did anything wrong. I think what happened was Harbaugh got fired. Miami. Yeah, I think Miami's owner, who has connections with Harbaugh, really wants Harbaugh down there. And rumors are Harbaugh is asking for $20 million a year and $10 million for his staff. The Miami's owner is very wealthy. He will pay that, give him $100 million contract, and then pay whatever he wants for his staff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Harbaugh take the money and go down to Miami. I mean, there could be worse ways to end your career than living in Miami with $100 million.
It'd be a different.
I mean, from a coaching standpoint, winning Super Bowls, that's not the best place to go. But if there are people that just do it for the money. Maybe Harbaugh's there.
So you think that McDermott's fired if they lose this?
Yeah.
Since Harbaugh's out there, yeah. If the Bills lose today, I think Sean McDermott's done. Also, if the Eagles lose today to the Niners, since Harbaugh's out there, I know they're 1 year removed from the Super Bowl.
Sirianni's not getting fired, bro.
But if Harbaugh weren't out there, Sirianni's safe. But just knowing that Harbaugh's out there, and if the Eagles have a chance to get Harbaugh, I think they'll fire him.
Bro, you think Harbaugh wants to go to another place with a fucking low IQ retard quarterback? Like, that's the last thing he fucking wants to do.
That's a good point. It is a fair point.
I think if the Chargers lose, they might fire their coach and bring in Harbaugh,
Yeah. Go from Jim to John.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl,
Well, dude,
no,
if the Patriots lose today, fire Mike Vrabel and sign John Harbaugh.
Please. I think you're right, though. I think Harbaugh is a huge Jaguars fan today.
Yeah,
huge.
I think that's his preferred. It would be Bills.
I mean, why wouldn't you? You could go there with an established quarterback. Everyone covets those jobs,
Yep. I think Bills first for Harbaugh, and then Giants is probably second.
We also got to remember that there's basically two modes of operation for most people when they're looking to get a head coach now. And that is a fucking manager of everything, right? A guy who sets the tone, leader guy, right? Like Harbaugh, who's a special fucking teams coach, right? Before he became head coach. Or you go for your young, innovative, fucking offensive-minded head coach. That's the two schools of thought. So you do have to wonder, hey, is for the New York Giants, if we're pushing the chips in on developing Jackson Dart for the fucking future, is Harbaugh the right guy to bring in unless you have the fucking offensive coordinator that you already have ready to go to bring in there with him? And I don't know if that's the case, So,
and if that's the case, if Harbaugh goes to the Bills, hypothetically, then your choice is let's say that LaFleur does get fired. Who would you rather have, Stefanski or LaFleur, to develop Jackson Dart?
I think you guys would be better off with Stefanski. Really, I think that's not a bad hire.
I think that would be my second choice, is Stefanski. And I know the fucking Giants. I know this fucking team. We're gonna wind up with Kevin Stefanski.
I don't think that's a bad hire. I think he's a good coach. I mean, anyone that can win Coach of the Year, especially twice.
Here's the thing: if Harbaugh's out there and available, and we hire Stefanski while Harbaugh's still unsigned, fuck.
Yeah, but I think like what Ryan's saying, for developing your quarterback, I think Stefanski's way better at that than Harbaugh would be.
As we would depend on who you brought in. It's ironic because we've just seen him have like a million fucking quarterbacks in Cleveland, right?
I know,
we don't like. It's funny because
he was winning playoff games with Baker, though.
Yeah, we don't blame any of that. Like the Deshaun Watson thing, right? He didn't want to get rid of Baker necessarily. The ownership saw the opportunity to get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson comes in just an injured fucking piece of shit pile of garbage. Like, how do you blame that on Stefanski? It is funny that like Stefanski's viewed this way, despite the fact that he's had about fucking 30 starting quarterbacks in his 6 years in Cleveland. We got Metal Slave dropping a bomb. I'm sure she was happy with the Bears' victory. 50 gifted memberships. A bomb from Metal Slave 199. Thank you, Metal Slave. Chris Coran for 2. Disappointed Ryan isn't repping his Bears gear. I know. I went traditional today.
Right? Bears hat or is that a Cubs hat? Well, I guess you got both, right?
I got my Bears.
Yeah.
I do have it back there. I mean, my hair's so good. Why would I cover it up with a hat, you know?
It's true.
Taker for $5. Jackson Dart just wants a coach who doesn't sexually assault him every day. Is that true?
Dable did get a little handsy with him when he was excited.
Remember him running in the fucking tent so much to make sure he didn't have a concussion?
Yes. Yeah, and he got fined for it.
Bearded Sports Psych for 2. Ryan Day to New York Giants. That explains OSU players leaving.
Fuck.
Caleb Daniels for $10. Breaking out my Sean Hill jersey today. Go Niners. Thank you, Caleb Daniels. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Niners today. But that's it, guys. We got 2 minutes until kickoff. Beardo, what do you got going on, man?
Football. That's it.
What about you, Will?
Same football. Probably won't be live this afternoon. Still recovering, but be live tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. Game On Show over on Rumble. Game On _picks here on YouTube. Come check it out.
There you go. And I will be live later on today, probably around like 5:30 or something like that, 6 o'clock maybe. Where I will be, I got challenged to do my McSuicide McDonald's burrito, so I'll be doing that.
Oh shit! What's on a McSuicide?
Yeah, what's that?
Just get a couple double cheeseburgers, cut them in half, put them in a burrito, throw in some chicken nuggets, throw in some fries, cover it in ranch, cheese sauce, and ketchup, wrap all that shit up. And, yeah.
Okay.
That's my own special. So.
Okay. How much you get paid for that?
Oh, $100 for something I would eat normally anyway.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I am a cheap whore.
There you go.
I am a cheap whore. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for being with us on this incredible celebration of the first Chicago Bears playoff victory in 15 fucking years. It's been a long time coming. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.